Skins? Oh, you can give her a different outfit. Oh, and then she's wearing the kitty one. Oh, I don't like this one. Complete Ellie challenges and no return. I can be an astronaut! Heck yeah! Give me that. I want to be an astronaut! Fuck yeah. Ooh, that one is nice. Oh, astronaut. What's this one? That looks nice. Giraffe. Oh, oh. And what's here? Yeah, let's go full astronaut. Alright, Abby. What do we have for Abby? Does she have anything funky? These are all outfits that she was actually wearing during the game, right? Aquarium. What's this? 80s? Can I turn you around? Oh my god, she's even wearing makeup. She doesn't look too bad with that makeup, I have to say. Ooh. Oh, zebra. Oh, she gets a zebra and Ellie gets the giraffe. Oh, man. Alright, I want the 80s one. That looks pretty cool. Actually, the zebra one here looks pretty cool, but I want to have the collection, so... But this one I'm getting as well. Oh, it goes on down here! Oh! Death Stranding? There's a Death Stranding t-shirt? What the heck? Man, it would be so cool if there's a Witcher themed one. But they're just like Sony games, right? Oh well. Astronaut Ellie is so cool, right? Hi, welcome back to The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Yesterday we finished the main story. Now it's time to actually view the new content. I haven't seen these lost levels yet. And there's also No Return, the survival randomized combat roguelike mode, which I also haven't seen or played. So this is what we're gonna do today. I think I'm gonna start with the lost levels. I don't know how many there are. Play early versions of levels that were cut during the original development of The Last of Us Part 2. These levels are presented in an unfinished pre-alpha state and have optional developer commentary. Let's go. Lost levels. Ooh, there's 3. Ooh. Okay, we're starting with Jackson Party. Ellie nervously attends a party in Jackson. This level is presented in an unfinished pre-alpha state, reflecting its state when it was originally cut from the game. This level does not have spoken dialogue, only placeholder lines shown as subtitles. Alright, let's do this on introduction video. Begin the level with an introduction video from Neil Druckmann. Let's go! I'm excited.
You're about to play an unfinished level from The Last of Us Part 2.
The music.
The reason we added this section is there are a few sequences, and we picked the 3 of the best ones, that we cut from the game. You know, often we build a game that's much bigger than what ends up being the final product. They're months away from being finished, but we wanted to give you an insight of what it's like when we built the game, because often we have this whole thing constructed and it doesn't have final art or audio or dialogue. And here you get to see the building blocks of what it's like when we first string a bunch of these levels together. This is the intro to the first deleted level, and this one is the roughest of the 3. We wanted to show more of how Jackson operates. So this is the festival where Ellie ultimately kisses Dina. This sequence would have come very late in the game as a flashback sequence while you're in the farm with Dina. And we wanted to show what is the rest of Jackson doing, and wanted to put on the stick, make it interactive. So you could see when you're outside, there are all these almost like carnival games that you can play. You could mix drinks, you could play with these kids that are playing a sort of clicker Marco Polo, sit down and listen to conversations. And all the different interactions were first or second pass, very, very early passes. The building blocks are there, but nothing is final. And ultimately, while we were very excited by the sequence, it's pretty fun and lighthearted. It just slowed things too much as we're barreling towards the end of the story at this point. So again, reminder, rough, missing audio, missing animation, missing gameplay tweaks, missing dialogue, but pretty representative of what it would have been. So enjoy.
Nice, I'm excited. Oh. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm in an astronaut outfit now. Okay. And apparently I can talk to somebody that's not there. Alright. Let's do this. This is funny. Alright, so I'm in Jackson. I'm wearing my... Should we maybe take off... Maybe we should take off the astronaut outfit for this, guys. I think this might be a little bit, you know, weird now at this point. Maybe we can go with something... This, maybe. Unlock? Alright. Equip this instead. Yeah, this is better. I think this is a bit more immersive than running around in Jackson, being the weird kid that is doing cosplay during a community event. I think this might be a bit less awkward. Alright, what's this?
Originally, this level was going to transition us to farm. We would go all the way through to the dance, where Ellie and Dina share their first kiss. Then we would play through farm, and when Ellie plays the guitar at night, she would remember the Seth incident. So, the opening for this was a little tricky. We needed it to match at least a little what you might expect emotionally coming from prior beats, because we were already purposefully disorienting you in time and space. Remember, you just came from this huge fight. To jump straight into it would have been a little too jarring. After some back and forth, we rooted it in Ellie's nerves, calling back to her hands shaking in the theater. But this time, for a much more innocuous reason we'll find out later. She's nervous because she has a crush on Dina, who is the only reason why she's here at the dance.
So this is how they add the commentary, with like little bubbles so you can hear them at your own time. That's cool, I like that. Oh, do you think I can jump over here? Nope. Okay. I like that they add the commentary like this. That's pretty nice. There's a snowman! Do you wanna build a snowman? I hear the music already.
Something we really wanted to do was highlight the way their lives had turned upside down since she went down this path. We had this idea of recontextualizing all of our usual gameplay mechanics that were designed for really violent ends. The workbench, door bashes, throwable weapons, and even the infected, which is my personal favorite. Peppered throughout the level are moments of levity or shared history, all the while seeing how happy and mundane they all were before her huge revenge odyssey.
Oh god, I love the lights. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, look at this. Oh, so gorgeous. Sorry. Hello.
It is not a festival without one of these throwing games. This one, of course, uses our throwable system where you're often chucking explosive things or stunning things. But for a more
Yeah.
wholesome purpose, although some people take this game really seriously. A fun aspect of this is if you did well, you could win a toy here. Ellie would place it in her pocket. If you had done this, you'd find the toy with JJ, the baby, later back at the farm. When we cut this, the toy made it through anyway because it was so cute. It is the same one you see on the tractor at the farm.
Ollie.
Ollie the elephant.
Yeah. Can I play? You have another chance? Okay. Shut up, this game is rigged anyway. Games and prizes. This kid is doing way too good of a job. Way too good, way too good. This is freaking me out. Stop it, kid. How does this, like, what, 5-year-old know the exact movements of a fucking clicker? I'm sneaking up and I'm stabbing it. Gotcha.
Fuck you, Ellie, you're not even playing.
I am now. What are you talking about? Oh no. Oh, listen. I'm a clicker now. Oh, look at that. Do you think I can do the clicking? No, I'm walking like a clicker. This is freaking me out. Oh, I'm being jumped. Oh. Okay, you win. Little rascals. That's cool. Kind of weird to have such a game, right?
This is one of my favorite sections because I think that it achieves both the slice of life aspect of Jackson while also being a stark reminder of how dark the world that they live in really, really is. To attract attention and curiosity, one of the kids was supposed to make this adorable, messed up little clicker impression, and the others would giggle. We tried a version where if you got close enough, the kid might try and follow you a little before turning back. Since clickers are blind and move by echolocation, for this game of messed up tag, Ellie must close her eyes and listen for when the children give themselves away. The thought was that these kids are in relative safety. They still grow up with the dangers of clickers and runners, and all those lessons would embed themselves in the games that they play. When the festival got cut, they tried to preserve this moment and move it to the front of the game where the snowball fight is, as a tutorial. However, being in the headspace of a clicker doesn't really teach you how to deal with them. Eventually, it evolved, and they instead made the snowball fight, which was, I think, way more effective. For me, it's character illuminating that not only does Ellie know this game, she plays along. There's a familiarity with the kids that's really nice to see, especially because it's such a difference from the Ellie we see later, who has a sort of hollow normalcy that she's trying to get with JJ, but kind of fails.
I think they must have just taken the movement from the actual clickers and put it on the kid. But that is terrifying still.
The makeup artist is pretty simple. It's one of those little in-game scenes we peppered in to make it feel like Ellie had roots in the town. Hallie, our writer, mentioned that in her mind, an ex-girlfriend of Ellie's tattooed her arm to cover up her scar. So we figured this might be the only time you get to see that. We wanted to hint at it and allude to it and make it feel like there had been so much more that had been happening and so much more that Ellie threw away.
So this is Cat, or what? Hallie, come sit. Cat, it is Cat! That's my ex. How's the tattoo doing? That's fine, does the job. We should touch it. Maybe I can add something else. Yeah, maybe. Oh, is this one where you hit with the hammer and it goes ding up there? Where's the hammer? Step aside, people. Kid, move to the side. Press square to start your swing, then press again. I couldn't read that fast. Aw. Can I keep that hammer? Imagine you're fighting. Nuts. Imagine you're fighting and you can have that hammer instead of, I don't know, any other melee weapon. Just this massive hammer. I would love that. This should be unlockable.
We use our workbench a lot to make a lot of things that kill and maim and hurt people. Here, we had the silly idea of using the same feel, harkening back to the same animations, using the exact same UI to instead fix a drink.
Hell yeah.
Like the workbench, you could pick your base, and then you could add something to it. And at the time, we had some different reactions from Ellie based on how strong you chose to make the drink. Something we wanted to prototype, though, before it got cut, was picking up some ingredients around to add, like a lime or maybe a bottle of someone's favorite whiskey or salt, like you were earning upgrades. We also toyed with having Ellie carry around the drink you made and occasionally sip it, psyching herself up to go talk to Dina inside because she's nervous. It got too noodly, though, because she would need to keep placing it somewhere before she did anything. So it would have ended up more trouble than it was worth.
Oof. Sad. Bourbon, beer, tequila. Dip 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 dip. Dip 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 dip. Dip 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 dip. Dip 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 dip. I would have liked that. Fixing yourself a drink. There's barbecuing. Okay, what else is there? Anything here? I think I see one of those bubbles. Yeah, what's this? Oh man, I love these little lights. It's so cozy. Hello. Am I interrupting something? Hmm?
There's a hidden spot at the back that was just a bit of fun. It was highlighting Jackson's normalcy with something we would find in a real world. In the back, you would find teenagers finding some alone time with each other in a dark corner of the party. It was rewarding the player for peeking into a hidden corner, but ultimately redirecting them back to the festival. We also had versions of them smoking weed here, despite Maria's consternation, probably having gotten it from Eugene.
Eugene. Oh, there's Maria. Aw. And Tommy! This seems to be the end of the chapter, eh? Yeah. Oh god, Seattle sewers. Ellie is swept into the Seattle sewer system. Okay, let's go, guys. Next. I'm gonna add this again. Introduction video. Yeah, I want to see all of it. Let's go. Lost level, Seattle sewers. Guitar.
In this second deleted level, which is an extended sequence of the sewers in Seattle, this comes on the heels of where Ellie goes into a building and she survives an attack by stalkers and gets thrown out of the window and gets swept away by the current. And then we cut this section that used to be there in the final game. Now you will get to play it. So this was a way to get a bit more interesting puzzles, interesting traversal, figure out how Ellie can navigate the sewers with the fighting current. Ultimately, with a lot of these levels and these sequences, the reason why we cut them were for pacing purposes. But here it is for you in this very kind of raw form that part of it will feel finished, parts of it will feel like assets are missing as far as audio, animation won't be final, but it's a glimpse into what a game looks like when it's months away from finishing. Enjoy.
This is so cool, guys. I'm having a blast. Oh shit! No, I'm not having a blast anymore. Scrap that. I wasn't ready for this yet.
For me!
This fucking stalker. I hate this stalker section, man. Yep, I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it. Ah! In the heart. In the heart. Oh, Lord. Oh. 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 Man, we went from cozy Jackson time over to this. Okay. Ow. Come on, move over. We can do this, Ellie. Come on, we got this. Oh. Oh.
Fuck Seattle.
Fuck Seattle, indeed, man. I didn't see that coming.
Where the hell am I?
How am I supposed to get over there? Oh, I know. Okay.
This level, internally known as Find Nora, was quite long in duration as we had to make Ellie traverse a far distance to the opposite side of downtown Seattle. The sewer section was originally longer than what we released the game with, approximately 10 minutes more. This was one of the few areas of the game that used water flow as part of a traversal puzzle. The player has to go upstream to use the current to get to the platform to reach the other side. We mostly cut this mechanic game-wide, however it remained in essence in the section swimming to the aquarium as Ellie when you were avoiding the waves.
So, I think I might be jumping over here and then maybe kind of climbing on these bars so I get smacked up there and then I can climb up. I don't know if I will be able to do this properly though. Or maybe not. Maybe, okay. Maybe this doesn't work as intended. Let me try that again.
Almost had it.
Almost had it. So maybe I'm just supposed to jump and not climb. Aha, okay. No climbing, just Just jump in. Tunnel A. Ooh, extra room. Yeah, what do we have here? Man. I was like expecting something more chill and then suddenly loud and jump scare and stuff. Okay, we got the loot.
When players reach the doorway and enter into the room, they're faced with a dead end. The real reason for this dead end room is that on the reversal, when exiting back out of the doorway, players are faced with the route onwards. A pipe that they'd not been able to see when they were swept past it on the way in, and something that was hidden from view when on the side platforms. The intention here being that the only option is to go off the standard path in order to search for a way out.
Oh god, I made it. Give me that loot though.
Get me the hell out of here.
Oh god, it's slippery.
Throughout the rest of the level, we also used light to indicate to the player that they were heading in the right direction. At each turn, however, we blocked the direct route forward. Players would know that they just have to keep finding alternative paths, promoting those feelings of being desperate and trapped.
Nice. Oh. So I gotta go up here, eh? But this is where I need to go, actually. But I need to find a way around it.
We slowly introduced the player to consider climbing into smaller pipes and crouching in these tight spaces. This is to slowly build up to, and encourage, the player to climb into such a small pipe that they'd have to be crawling on their stomach, which is something that the player previously may not have recognised as a playable space, let alone the desired route they need to take.
Up and out. Just
Well-
keep going up and out.
Lots of commentary, I like it. Although they seem to be a bit spoilery, but I like to follow the thought process of the development. That's very interesting, I think. All right.
We added a tiny space just to reward the player's exploration with a pickup item, and we made sure it was something that made sense that you'd find in this area. A canister and all the garbage that had been washed into the sewers from the surface.
Disgusting.
We loved the idea of making Ellie prone through a tiny, dirty pipe in order to get out, as it was a great opportunity to use our prone mechanic. A unique camera setup was created to support crawling in these pipes, as the standard prone camera is much higher above the player. We also created custom collision in order for Ellie to manoeuvre in these tight spaces easily. Initially, the oblong collision capsule around her character caused issues crawling around corners. We put extra effort into the custom corner collision, so the movement experience is as smooth as the main game.
Fuck.
Oh, great.
Don't lose your shit, Ellie.
There's enough shit in the sewer. I mean, it is a sewer after all, so there's a plenty of this disgusting stuff. We don't need to add to it. No, no. Oh my god. All right.
In order for the player to feel cramped, claustrophobic and desperate, we'd been enforcing the traversal mechanics that allow for a tight environment which promote these feelings. We introduced the use of the squeeze through so that we can keep the player feeling enclosed and tight, but without repeating the same geometry. Here we change from low ceilings with wider walls to high ceilings and tight walls to change up the spatial pacing and keep the level from repeating itself.
Okay. Squeeze. Fuck you, universe. Oh, she's really pissed. I could never. I mean, if you're desperate enough, what is the alternative?
This would be a really shitty place to die.
No pun intended?
Originally, we had the waterline much higher here, so players had to swim through this tight tunnel. However, from watching user test feedback, it was occasionally causing people to discount the route entirely and turn back on themselves. So to avoid any risk of this happening in the final game, we present a lower water level so the tunnel is easy to see and commit to using. Although this isn't as impactful without the prone swim, it's the better decision as it means a smoother experience for the player with no backtracking frustration.
So they saw, oh, there's water, and then they were like, nope, I'm out of here. this?
Fucking come on.
We draw the player towards this pipe as it is seemingly the route out of the tight space. Fairly soon, it is obvious that this path is blocked. If the player goes all the way up to the bars that block the path, they are rewarded with a pickup, so this journey doesn't feel wasted. It is important to encourage the player to try to progress along this path so that they would subtly be thinking of progress in this direction. We hint to the player that there is a bigger, new space beyond this pipe by showing the player the waterfall. This helps players consider the other route when they don't know how far the tunnel is or whether they'd make it.
Waterfall? I don't see no waterfall. But I agree with what he said. You have to encourage the player when they go into extra corners, you have to reward them with a little treat. A little loot. Yes, yes, I agree with that point.
As we surface from the water and over the crest of the slope, we reveal what is further in this tunnel. A clicker that has sprouted and the fungus has grown on the sides of the pipe. It was great to see people who user-tested this area becoming increasingly worried as we forced the player to squeeze past the fungus and inches away from the clicker's face, all the time not being sure whether the clicker might be alive or attack them. Although we aren't as cruel as to force a
Is he just spoiling me that there's gonna be a clicker waiting for me? How dare you?
clicker attack in such close proximity, we do have a payoff for this moment. This clicker momentarily turned into Joel to show Ellie's PTSD from what happened to Joel at the start of the game. Ultimately, we decided to save this moment for the farm level, as it was more impactful there because it could become the centrepiece of that experience. Whereas in the sewers, we weren't able to make it as much of a narrative point and give it the breathing room and reaction time that it deserves, given the tight space.
So, hang on. Did he just... Something, pipe and clicker. So, I have a feeling he just spoiled what's gonna happen.
Damn it.
Which I think then they should have placed the... Then they should have placed the commentary a bit later on. Okay, he did spoil it. Now, are you gonna attack me or no? Oh, the way you just... Can we go back up? Oh, hi. Oh, man. Hi. Hi. Oh. No, this is not the moment. Oh, come on, I was squealing it. Oh, what? It looked like fucking Joel just then. That was well done.
Oh, shit.
Oh, whee! Splosh. Huh. Hey, wait, this is the area where you start then, right?
For the final section, we eventually opened you out into a wider area as you traverse through such tight spaces leading up to this. So changing the environmental pacing makes it begin to feel like we're coming to the end of Ellie's ordeal. An earlier iteration used the current that we'd shown at the start for a slightly tougher traversal puzzle to conclude the sewers. The ladder was clearly visible from most of the area, but the player was faced with a fast-flowing torrent of water they couldn't cross. If the player attempted to jump into the water, they were not able to swim across the ladder due to the water's speed. But instead, they had to traverse the pipe running along the top of the space in order to get across the water.
Okay. Yeah, this level. So this is actually the area that you had to be in. Wait, what's there? Splosh. Yikes. I've never been in a sewer like this, and I don't intend to change that. But I've been in many video games with sewers, and they always make these piles of trash and poo, I guess. What I guess it is. So I guess this is very close to being realistic. I guess.
Using this pipe was retained in the iteration we shipped with, as it's the last of the extreme methods Ellie has to undergo in order to escape the sewers, and what she will go through in her pursuit of revenge.
Okay, down here, and then we can drop down here, right? Yay!
The last ladder climb is quite lengthy, and although we could have trimmed it down to a shorter climb, we liked how this last segment of the journey built anticipation for whether there was success at the top or not after all you've been through. Ultimately, the ladder exits out into the subway station, which is how it connects in the final game. Ellie then has to find her way to the hospital from here, crossing paths with the scars for the first time.
Okay. There's one more commentary to be found. Go, Ellie. Go, Ellie. Oh, and it's over? I missed a commentary. Dang it. Oh well. The hunt. Ellie follows a trail of blood to an abandoned general store. Alright, let's go. It's the final last level. Everything's on. Let's start. The hunt.
For this third and final deleted level, what we call the boar hunt sequence, this was a sequence pretty late in the game. It was right after the whole Seattle Abby sequence where Abby spares Ellie. And then we wanted to come back into Ellie's story, but keep it a bit mysterious of how much time has passed, where is Ellie now? So we're coming in on Ellie, and she's following a trail of blood. And we wanted to mirror, in a way, the deer hunt sequence from the first game, but this time do it with a boar. And there's something with Ellie that now she can't let go of this violence. She's pursuing it, even against this innocent animal. This was another opportunity to show how the violence that Ellie has experienced, the violence that she witnessed being afflicted onto Joel, is still sticking with her, and she's still experiencing these PTSD moments. This was a sequence that was pretty far along and was cut pretty late in production. Parts of it are still really rough, but the gameplay, the building blocks were all there. I think you'll have fun to see, like, again, a rough, unfinished sequence that you can play. You can see all the way to the end, and including a cinematic that we end up cutting. And the remnants of the sequence ended up being mentioned in Ellie's journal. So
Yeah.
this part of the story that we developed still made its way into the game as kind of optional stuff that you could read about, but here you get to experience it. So as a reminder, this is pretty rough, months away from being finished, but you get to see it now.
All right, we're hunting in the woods. Oh, and we're wearing his jacket, Joel's jacket. Of course, I have to run around a little bit
Where's the
instead.
blood?
Where's the blood? It's behind me, but I want to look around first. I want to explore this. I've never seen this before. Yeah, I feel like they've been intentionally mirroring. Mirroring some of those sequences from the first game, like where you're Abby and you're in this diner area on the docks and you're looking for Tommy after the sniper section, and it feels a lot like Ellie is crouching away from David in the steakhouse in the first game, for example. And the whole Abby gets a zebra, Ellie gets giraffes, but both is from a zoo and stuff like that, so there's lots of mirror parts to show, I guess, that they're a lot alike. They have a lot in common. I mean, they do have a lot in common, and they just emphasize it with, like, these kinds of experiences, I guess. Okay, I think I looked in every corner now.
In early iterations of the fight, it was more arena-like. The player slowly whittles down the boar's health. Ellie gets more visceral and more vicious. We get a little worried about her. As the boar gets weaker, more panicked, more feral, and we start feeling sympathetic to the boar, was the hope. In all of these iterations, especially of these wider areas, it required custom AI and scripting to make sure it continued to feel organic as an animal, but we really needed it to do specific stuff. It needed to be able to close distances really, really quickly. It needed to charge to attack, but we wanted the feeling of hunting, so we needed to track it down from afar. And we also needed to discourage the player from attacking the boar when it's that close, or it would kind of turn into this melee kerfuffle. How do we do this in our world while keeping the boar believable?
Man, video games really are art, aren't they?
Definitely not.
Definitely not the way, nope. I want to go all the wrong ways first, because I want to check out things. Ooh. See the blood there. I still dream about that they will make this part for PC. I'm pretty certain they will. It just might be some time. They might have signed some kind of contract for PlayStation exclusivity for some time. And maybe when that expires or so. This is me just guessing, you know. But maybe after that expired, maybe then they will bring it out for PC. I really hope for all the PC players out there to get to experience this. I believe.
We must have gone through 5 or 6 iterations of the boar fight and all, and every single time it changed pretty drastically. We split it into clear phases, where one was like all long range. We tried another where you're getting close and you get the jump on it quite literally. You're jumping off of a rock to attack it. And then finally, we tried a bunch where you almost sort of go around a bunch of trailers and try and wrestle it. We uncovered after some time that taking down a boar over several phases felt very laborious and a little dramatic. It was comically long, it felt too boss-like, a little too gamey. We decided to cut the first few phases, and we opted for a cold open after the boar had already been hurt off-screen. So that allowed us to focus on feeling like we're closing in on prey and to introduce the boar when it was at its most dangerous. Already hurt, already feral, much too close for comfort. And so the thinking was it would bring us more into Ellie's mindset. Is this really hunting for food, or is she hunting for some other reason?
Yeah, that's probably good.
Gotcha.
But you kind of have to like start it off like that if you don't want it to have it too lengthy, because a boar is a machine. They're like tanks. They're built like a tank and they're strong as fuck. So you cannot just like kill it that easy. Okay. I don't think she's hunting for the glory, no.
I gotta get in there.
First we have to look in every nook and cranny because I never seen this Ellie. I'd rather fight a wolf than a boar in real life. Yeah, me too. I don't think you have much chance against a boar with your bare fists. And when she said, like, jumping on top of it from a rock, or wrestling it, or melee kerfuffle, I was like, oh, hell no! Rip Ellie. Everything is so dry. Do you think this is, like, late summer, and it's very hot? But she's wearing a jacket, so... And I've seen snow up there. How do we get in here? Air! Because there's no air around us, we have to have air tanks. Okay, I cannot melee this open. I'd rather fight the clicker kid. Oh my god, the clicker kid. How can something be so adorable but yet so terrifying at the same time? That gave me the creeps. Oh, this is definitely where we have to squeeze through.
The gas station was built to highlight the boar's destructiveness. Since it's cramped, the boar feels larger. We also feel trapped with it, though perhaps it's trapped with us. When it charges, it gets to us quickly, so we must be on our toes. This made it more aligned with Ellie's sort of hunting for trouble mindset. Listening became more important, as well as moving around slowly so it didn't hear you. Could you spot it before it saw or heard you? And could you get a shot off quickly enough so you could dodge out of the way? Or is the shot worth the cost after? It feels like a gamble. By the end of the fight, everything would likely be in shambles. The boar would burst through the back, and Ellie would follow it and finally enact revenge.
I already know that it's on the side.
I can't see shit.
I can hear shit. This feels a bit clunky. It can smell me. Oh shit. Oh my god.
Got you.
I'm scared.
It's over. Nowhere to run.
Oh god, that scared me. Did you see how Chonky then made that thing? It looks kind of cute. Aww. I'm sorry, Piggy. Where did you go? Oh man. Hang on. Let me look around for stuff. I don't think I need anything. I think I have infinite ammunition because this is all I have as a HUD right now. I just have a health bar. Don't have ammo count or anything. Yeah. Well, it says 10, but...
The boar kill was supposed to be anything but glorious. With the boar whimpering at the back of the gas station after Ellie's relentless hunt. After this, hearing the drone that we kind of come to associate with Ellie's trauma, we would hard cut to the stream where she's washing her hands and holding rabbits that she hunted, about to return to Dina. And there would be no mention of the boar.
This is a bit vulnerable. I think this was not too long to remove it. I would have liked to see a polished version of all of these, actually. I kind of like these sections. I think the Seattle sewers is the only one that was like... That was my least favorite. Not because of the start with the stalker, but just because it felt like a filler, and I think it was good of them to cut this. The Jackson Party, I kind of would have liked to play that, just to take the heaviness out of the game sometimes. Because, you know, usually there's not too much playing that is not in some way stressful. You always have a fight, and then you have like a minute or so for looting and restocking your stuff, and then you have immediately next fight or something going on, and then you have like those chill moments always in cutscenes. But like at your own leisure, going around a place and interacting with people and playing games and playing with these little kids and stuff, that would have been fun. The hunt was actually, I think that would have been nice in the game if they would have finished and polished that section. I think that could have been really nice. I remember that when I read the journal entry about this boar, I was kind of like, oh shit, that sounds nasty, and I think they could have added this a bit more. I would have liked that. That's the last levels, guys.